लाख नौमीन और जिला परिषद में चुनाव लड़ काउंसिलर्स 15 लाख जॉब एवरी ईयर्स निकल रहा है साल में 15 लाख जॉब। सो नॉमिनेशन का 50 रुपीज लगेगा। करंट अकाउंट टर्न into surplus for 24 years. Owing to buoyancy is invisible flow, which reached a level of 29% GDP. Owing to buoyancy is invisible. Agriculture Insurance Company of India Limited has been formed by the Government of India, consequent to the announcement by the Union Finance Minister in his general budget. It is proposed to set up a new corporation. Highlight the main feature of the policy related to buy back of shares. Share and purchase back by the companies. Market in order to increase assets, profit, return, and finally to influence management practices. Share and purchase. Increase asset, profit, return, and finally influence management practices. Company, Agro Insurance Corporation Limited. Agro Limited Corporation as company by the Government of India consequent to announcement by the Union Finance Ministerial Budget. It is proposed to set up a new corporation for agriculture insurance. It is proposed to set up a new corporation for agriculture insurance. For the business work of one region of country has been completed by the outer of a foreigner country by highly skilled person. Business process outsourcing BPO is a process in which the work of one region or country has been completed by the outer of a foreign country by a highly skilled person. Let a brief note on OPEC. देश को बचाओ स्टूडेंट्स चुनाव लड़ो 15 लाख जब एवरी 5 ईयर्स में अच्छा पैसा है तनख्वाह है पढ़ाई के साथ साथ चुनाव लड़ो कंटेस्ट elections. OPEC is a permanent intergovernmental organization aims at stabilizing oil price in the world market. OPEC has projected that rise in India gross domestic product as in GDP, which led to increased oil consumption. This should push business process outsourcing is a process in which work of one region or country has been completed by the out of foreign country by highly skilled persons. Business process outsourcing. Work of one region or country has been completed in a reserve asset. Electricity special drawing right. Tips. What are the major accommodation tax force? Tax force and the taxes were set up under the chairmanship of Vijay to recommended measures for simplification and the rationalization of taxes. Major recommendations were as follows. Tax के लिए tax administration expansion of tax paying service both qualitatively and quantitatively. Easy access to taxpayers. Easy access through internet and email and extension of facilities such as the tele filling and tele refunds. Actually, how easily they give their tax. They can give the tax. Extension of PAN to cover all economic transaction over a particular limit. The PAN card to cover all economic transaction over a particular limit के ऊपर PAN चाहिए. Process of all returns and issue of refunds within 4 months. 4 month के अंदर. Introduction of transparency and objectivity in the process of selection of cases. Introduction of transparency and objectivity in the process of selection of cases. Establishment of a tax information network on a build, operate and transfer basis. Establishment of a tax information network on a build, operate and transfer basis to speed up the process of a modernization and consequent simplification. Abolition of the requirement of empowering CPDT with central border taxes, appropriate administrative and financial powers. Enhance accountability of officer and staff accountability. Jawabdehi. Abolition of the requirement of obtaining tax clearance certificate before leaving the country. Tax clearance certificate before leaving the countries. Restriction of this requirement to proclaimed offenders. Abolition of requirement of obtaining a tax clearance certificate before leaving the country. छोड़ने से पहले. Establishment of a tax information network on a bill. Operate and transfer basis to speed up the process of modernization and consequent simplification and rationalization of introduction of a transparency and objectivity. Transparency process all returns and issue refund within 4 months के अंदर all returns. Tax information network on a build operate transfer basis. Elimination of standard deductions. A tax rental agreement whereby states would authorize the central government to impose income tax on agriculture income and assign the proceeds to states. Elimination of tax incentives under Section 88 and interest income under Section 10 incentives. Increasing exemption limit to 1 lakh for the general category taxpayers. A higher exemption limit to 15 lakhs for widows and senior citizens. Kelkar